Hey everyone, welcome to Unique Ways with Thomas Gerard, an audio podcast. Got a really great guest today. She is a new and digital media artist based in Vancouver, BC. She graduated from Emily Carr University with a Bachelor of Media Arts, but also holds a degree in physics. And her practice includes exploring new approaches to interactive audiovisual installations in physical and virtual spaces. Please join me in welcoming, and I might mispronounce this, Mana Saei.
You
Welcome.
pronounced it very well.
Great. Are
Hi,
you ready?
Thomas.
Hey, are you ready
Yes,
for 20 questions?
yes.
Great, here we go. Number one, tell me a little bit more about yourself. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm an Iranian Canadian media artist based in Vancouver, BC, and graduated from Emily Carr University in 2021. I enjoy creating audiovisual installations in physical and virtual 3D spaces. Recently, I've been working on an audiovisual exhibition setting in a multiplayer VR space, like virtual reality space. I enjoy creating virtual reality projects, and I am attending the extended reality development course, which is part of the extended learning program at University of British Columbia, to be able to develop my own virtual reality and augmented reality ideas professionally. I'm also a board member at an artist-run nonprofit organization in Canada. I do sound design and music as a freelancer as well, and just finished a music project for a Canadian festival.
That's awesome. Yeah, Mana and I met virtually fairly recently, and I thought she would be a great guest. So here she is. Number two, what's a key piece of knowledge that makes you different?
Yeah, I guess it is not a piece of knowledge, but it's my experience and background in different fields that perhaps makes me different. I have background in science in fields such as physics, mathematics, and astronomy. I also used to be a Pilates instructor like 7 years ago in Iran. And then when I came to Canada, I became interested in media arts. At Emily Carr University, I, as a research assistant and a student, enjoyed working with brilliant instructors and enjoyed learning from them. I've also worked as an audio engineer for games. So I believe my vast experience and background gives me the perspective to see all different aspects of an idea when it comes to new projects. I research, think through, plan ahead, and check the feasibility of a project and can be a problem solver. And I have the ability to run a project from scratch. Also, I guess my cultural background as an Iranian and my experience of living in a country that is very different from what we experience here in Canada gives me the ability to come with multicultural project ideas, I guess. So, yeah.
That's super interesting. I was looking you up on YouTube and saw some of your, I guess, installation, virtual installation work. Kind of walking through the virtual space and looking at the pieces on the walls. You know, I'm going to date this episode a bit, but recently the Meta Connect conference came out, and the first Oculus Pro headset came out, and it made me think of your work and how that might be related.
Good.
Yeah. Number three, why this of all things? Why do you do what you do?
Yeah, my goal, I guess, is to make a positive impact and raise awareness about issues around us in the world. And through what I'm doing, through art, I can be creative and I can through what I do, I can achieve this. I can make a positive impact. And I also can be creative and take advantage of all skills and knowledge that I've gained so far. Um, and to be honest, it kind of satisfies my entrepreneurial spirit when I come up with innovative project ideas, when I can overcome challenges, do problem solving, and work on ideas from scratch, to make a positive impact. And because of what I do, I get to use new technologies, and I'm a big fan of tech trends as long as they make lives easier, of course. So I assume by pursuing what I'm doing now, I can play a small role in making positive impacts through evolving technologies such as virtual reality and augmented reality. Yeah.
Great. Number 4, what does your future look like?
Um, yeah, I'm an emerging artist right now, but in the future, when I become like a senior or professional artist, I would love to be able to empower future emerging artists to pursue their ideas. I want to become the type of senior artist that I myself need today as a junior artist. I am very privileged. I mean, I'm super privileged. I've had amazing mentors around me, and I want to do that for future emerging artists to empower them, to encourage them. I also want to keep learning and creating because this is what I am, a lifelong learner and a creator.
Great. For those of the audience that are listening to this, specifically because of the emerging artist angle, I should mention some of our previous guests, Senia Su, who's an art world artist, and also Jermaine Coe. They were both terrific guests, definitely in that art world area. Number 5, let's talk about location. How does the notion of place play into what you do?
Yeah, I want to say this is my favorite question, Thomas.
Great.
I'm based in Vancouver, Canada, and have been living here since 2016 as a settler, and I'm grateful about that.
Mm,
When I came to Canada, I could join a a known art university, Emily
mm,
Carr University. I could take part in great Canadian events in my field. I could meet great people and professionals in my field, take advantage of their mentorship. I could work on amazing media projects. I could have access to great resources and become familiar with virtual reality and learn about that. So location mattered to me when I came to Canada in 2016. However, during COVID, we saw that all these can be done remotely,
mm,
remotely, virtually, and online. And everyone can have access to great resources and great people from wherever they are.
mhm,
This brings inclusion and accessibility, and it is a great opportunity, I guess, for people living in other countries to feel included and have access to for instance, big conferences, big exhibitions in their own fields that would happen in other parts of the world. This is one of the reasons I like extended reality and virtual spaces
mhm,
because it makes all these remote and virtual events possible. You
mhm,
know, I just got my Canadian passport last year.
mhm,
But before that, I remember how difficult it was to travel to go to an exhibition, for example, in the States or Europe, with my Iranian passport.
mhm,
Now I see everyone around the world are privileged to enjoy such events without going through visa process and
mhm,
rejections and,
mhm,
expensive travel costs, so on and so
mhm,
forth. And it gives me the hope for better future when
mhm,
everyone feel included, no
mhm.
matter where they live or they work, and no one is excluded because of their nationality or geographical locations. And yeah, it's great.
I love the vulnerability in that response. You know, you have a very strong answer for that, and I think that's something that our audience can definitely enjoy.
Yeah.
Number six is if you had to start from the beginning, what advice would you give your former younger self?
Yeah, I mean, there are two advices, if that's okay.
Mm,
There are two advices that I give my former self, and to be honest, I'm still working on this. First, to be present, and second, to know my value. I mean, when I say to be present, I mean, like, being present means living and being in the present moment without any judgment about the events happening around us based on our previous experiences,
mhm,
and being open to what the universe is offering to us in the
mhm,
moment and recognizing them. I mean, not being present can stop me from speaking up in some situations because of previous destructive experiences. It also brings overthinking about events that are either past or have not happened yet. So being in the moment can be very critical, I guess, especially for an artist, because, an artist has to get inspired by their surrounding and events around them. So I guess, yeah, being present. And also the second one, to know my value, like knowing my value as a person. Um, I mean, I, I, yeah, I don't know how to say this. I have like suffered from low self-confidence for a very long time
mhm.
since I can remember. And I know that not seeing my strengths and achievements and value is the most harmful thing that can happen to someone. It brings, anxiety and depression. So yeah, these two advices I would give to myself. Yeah.
Great. Seven is what's a day in your life like?
Yeah, I wake up and yeah, sometimes earlier in the morning, sometimes later in the morning, depends on my schedule. I have breakfast. I like on a slower days when I get a chance, I meditate or I go to gym. I get back home, plan my day, and make a list of what has to be done throughout my day. I work, then I have a quick lunch. Then again, I work, and if there is a learning that I have to do, I usually do it in the afternoon. Like if there is a class I have to attend, or if there is like a tutorial I want to watch, if there is a book or paper I want to read, I do it like later in the afternoon. Um, and then I cook dinner because as an Iranian, I love cooking. So I cook dinner, and I get to have a family time at night. And then I do daily journaling, um, read or listen. And yeah, I guess that's my day.
Before I forget, I should mention one more artist. He's not really an artist, but I think it qualifies as art what he's doing now. Dr. Garnett Hertz, he goes to the skate park in the evenings and spray paints some graffiti and is releasing a book on DIY culture shortly. That's one of our early episodes, Garnett Hertz. Number eight, lifelong learning is a popular topic these days. How do you stay up to date?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a lifelong learner, and learning plays a very huge role in my life. I get, FOMO, fear of missing out, if I don't know what is going on in terms of tech trends,
Mm.
especially in extended reality field. I try to attend related events and conferences to know the newest technology, and also watch tutorials, read papers, attend courses to gain more knowledge about them. So yeah, I do my best to to keep updated, like to stay updated.
Great. We're just about halfway. Number 9, what tools do you use? Are you digital and analog?
Yes, like I mean, for my work, my field, media and extended reality art, makes
Mhm.
me use newest tech and digital tools.
Cool.
Um, my work gets done digitally with a computer, a VR headset, and a headphone. But I don't want to be immersed in digital worlds like 100% of my time. Um, so I am used to writing with pen and paper and read books that I can actually flip their pages.
Mm.
So I try to manage the balance between analog and digital. So yeah, this is what I do.
Cool. Number 10, how do you deal with work-life balance?
Uh, yeah, when I have a deadline, I find it very difficult to manage this balance. However, I'm working to manage the balance in all different situations. This is why I started daily journaling, because every night I want to know if I could manage the balance throughout my day. For instance, if I check if I meditated or if I ate healthy, and I don't know if I spent quality time with my family throughout my day. And I kind of do it to remind myself that family and health, uh, mental and physical health, are as important as work, or even more important than that. So yeah, I'm trying to manage the balance here.
Yeah, our last episode with Kelly Small was in a big way about really mastering work-life balance and coming to a point where you like you said, you kind of prioritize life. Number 11, if you weren't doing what you do now, what would you be doing?
Um, as I mentioned, I used to be a Pilates trainer about 7 years ago, and for a short time. I would still be a Pilates or yoga trainer, um, like helping people to get rid of their anxieties and harmful side effects of that,
Mm,
and get rid of their physical pains.
mm,
Um, you know, being a teacher or instructor in general can be satisfying for me,
mm,
to know that I'm helping someone with my knowledge.
mm.
Yeah.
12, what would you not like to do in terms of your career?
Um, yeah. I mean, I guess I would say being a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. full-time worker
Mm,
who works for someone else's goals.
mm,
And I know that living in this capital world, it is kind of inevitable to not be a worker for other companies, but my goal is to not do that.
mm.
Yes.
Cool. 13, what's your favorite word, quote, or sentence?
Yeah, there is a saying, I read it once on Instagram. It says that be humble and kind, but know your value and worth.
Mhm.
So I guess this is my favorite one.
14, a least favorite word, quote, or sentence?
Yeah, I don't like it when people say stay away from technology.
Mhm.
Firstly, it is inevitable in this era to use them. Secondly, I don't like it when people focus on bad side effects of technology. Of
Mhm.
course, there are bad effects. However, I believe that us as the human beings, human beings living in this era that tech is evolving, we can change the way tech serves us, and
Mhm.
focus on how we can do it all better and use it effectively instead of not using them or staying away from them because they can be harmful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. Number 15, if you had to pick one word to describe yourself, what word would you choose?
Hardworking. Yeah, hardworking and unstoppable when it comes to my dreams,
Right.
because I'm a tiny human being with big dreams.
Right. 16, what keeps you up at night?
I should say anxiety
Mm,
and not being sure if I can overcome my challenges in my artistic field.
mm,
It keeps me awake. Also, thinking about my project ideas and how I can make them better.
mm.
Yeah, these are my biggest concerns these days.
17 is what's a dream you're chasing?
Yeah, being the entrepreneur I've always wanted to be and following my innovative ideas to make a positive impact and I guess make the world a better place to live. Yeah, I guess that's my dream.
18, what inspires you?
Um, seeing a strong woman who can express their ideas, their needs, their frustration, their opinions, who can express them like with confidence, and also women who are their own rights advocates, like women in Iran who are fighting for their basic rights right now.
Mhm.
I guess, yeah, seeing these women is very inspiring for me.
19, any advice you'd like to share?
Um, yeah, being present, be your best selves in all different situations.
Mhm.
And this is actually what I remind myself every day to stay present, to be present.
And 20, how can our listeners keep tabs on you? How can we follow you? How can we see your work?
Yeah, I have my website, manasai.com. I basically share my media art projects on my website. Also, I have this Instagram page called Manasai Art that uh, I've been too busy to update my page, but I'm working to update it ASAP. So yeah, I try to just share my projects through like my website and my Instagram page. Also, I have another Instagram page called Mindful Artist, not Mindful Artist, but Mindful Artist, which I share my practice to become present and less anxious through that page. And yeah, I personally like that page. So yeah, these are my um, pages, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mana. So great to hear about your, your vulnerability around your work and kind of expressing that, and going on YouTube and checking out your VR installation work was super inspiring for me as well. In many ways, you remind me of a much more kind of different artist, but in a way similar, Jermaine Coe. I think that's also a related episode to check out, but. Yeah, thank you so much for being on. It was great to have you.
Thank you, Thomas. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.